Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Dastur Madad, ya Sahib. In the first place, don't put ourselves in a situation, don't put yourself in the situation where you are just going to be putting Hz Abu Bakr on one side and the Ahlul Bayt on the other. It is not. Although some say that they belong to different groups and different camps and different parties. Some say that. After Prophet passed, they were like in different political parties. And they're all campaigning and trying to grab the Khilafat. Asha, astaghfirullah. These are the greatest ones that ever lived, other than the prophets. To even think that they are like the dirty politicians of today is shameful to the believer. So, Hz Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anh is one. Hazrat Ali is one. Hazrat Osman is one. Hazrat Umar Farooq is one. Every Sahabe Kiram, they are one. And everyone helped the Holy Prophet ﷺ to bring Islam to victory from east to west, north and south. These days, it is very good that we are understanding the importance of the Ahlul Bayt. But this has become something of a source of confusion. Number one, because people want to be confused. They like it. And number two, they're not understanding the agenda behind why certain things are being promoted. The Ahlul Bayt, they are on top of our heads, definitely. And the Ahlul Bayt, there are so many in this world that has the bloodline of the Holy Prophet ﷺ in their veins, east and west, north and south, whether they know it or whether they don't know it. And to have the love of the Ahlul Bayt in these days, to understand the love for them, is good. But since when the Ahlul Sunnat is not loving the Ahlul Bayt? Since when? Never. Never? That's what they're trying to make it sound as if. Never. Hazrat Ali is in one side and Ahlul Bayt in the other. That these two groups, they are against each other. That kind of understanding is not the Ahlul Sunnah, is not the Hakikat understanding. It is the understanding of Shiism. Hz Abu Bakr also shares the blood from the family of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, reaching several generations back. And for everyone's information too, Abu Lahab and Abu Jahil, they were the uncles of the Prophet, belonging to his holy family as well. But they were the most harshest enemies to the mission of the Prophet ﷺ. And so, the Holy Prophet ﷺ, he has left us so many Ahlul Bayt. And the Ahlul Bayt has always been honored through 1400 years of Islamic history. Through some time in the beginning, there was some conflict. Then the Abbasis took up, and then after that the Ottomans took up the banner, the flag of Islam. Especially for the Ottomans, their love and their respect for the Ahlul Bayt was so strong. that they would find and search in the empire anyone who is in Ahlul Bayt, they would pay him a salary so that he doesn't have to work, so that he only sits and he prays and he makes dua for the ummah. So now, when the Khilafat fell, and among so many other things is this institution of loving the Ahlul Bayt amongst the Ahl Sunnat throughout the whole empire, that also fell and it folded. Wahhabism took over. And for some time, the Ummah was disconnected from its history and pushed to forget its own past and pushed to believe a reinterpretation of our history and the Islamic knowledge that has been passed for 1400 years. For some time, this knowledge and this love of the Ahlul Bayt amongst the Ahl Sunnah, they were lost. But when it resurfaced, without the balancing feature of the Khilafat and spirituality, it becomes confrontational. Now, certain people are using now the love of the Ahlul Bayt to bring down the love of the other Sahabis. Another game. Another game that is happening. But we have no problems. We love, and like the poet that says, the love of the Ahlul Bayt, it is part of our religion. It's true. But at the same time, if you are going to push aside Hz Abu Bakr while you're calling yourself a Sunni, then that is something that is very weird. Something that is very strange. Because the only ones who put down Hz Abu Bakr and all the rest, and to really just concentrate on the Ahlul Bayt, they are the ones who caused the first fitna 1400 years ago that's still continuing today. Who says that in order to love, you have to hate? Who's saying that? Who says to love the Ahlul Bayt, you have to hate Hz Abu Bakr, Hz Umar, and Hz Usman? But that seems to be the criterion for some people. They love the Ahlul Bayt so much that they hate the other ones. We are the people of the middle path. Yes, we love them. We love all of them. There are some amongst them, they are munafiqs. They are munafiqs. They are not Sahabis. Sahabis is different, munafiqs is different. So, our way, alhamdulillah, is a balanced way. Because our way now, although the Naqshbandiya is getting it directly from Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anh, but through the Ja'far Siddiq radiallahu anh, Hazrat Lari, he also has the connection from Hazrat Ali. So now in our tariqat, we have these two wings, huge, giant wings, spiritual, that brings everything together. If people are just concentrating on the Ahlul Bayt, Hazrat Ali and Ahlul Bayt, they're calling themselves Sunnis, let them. Why are we going to fight with them? As long as they don't say anything about Hazrat Abu Bakr. They don't say anything about Hazrat Abu Bakr, leave them, it's okay. Maybe they have to go through that phase of finding out and going crazy about the Ahlul Bayt because they have been forgotten They have been forgetting the Ahlul Bayt for so long. We have not forgotten. We have not forgotten. We, in our way especially, we're remembering and putting heavy emphasis on them too. But our emphasis in the Ahlul Bayt is not just in the people. Our emphasis and our importance and our love for the Ahlul Bayt, we are interested in the work that they did for the Holy Prophet ﷺ. And we go to the head of the Ahlul Bayt, which is the Holy Prophet ﷺ. We're not interested in the politics. We're not interested in the twisted facts here and there. There's so much confusion. You want to get yourself involved in that, then you get yourself lost in that sea of confusion. You may lose your faith. So no need to fight, no need to convince them. Even if Ahlul Sunnah, they are just going to promote the Ahlul Bayt so much that they forget about Hz Abu Bakr and Hz Umar and Hz Uthman. What are you going to do? You're going to tell them, stop, don't love them so much, you have to love these ones? No, not them. You cannot force anyone. But I'm saying this to you, to those who have intelligence, to see that there must be a balance. And if you are in this way, you're in our way, we love everyone. But there is a path that our Shaykh has opened for us according to the teachings of our grand Shaykh, leading all the way to Ja'far as-Siddiq and Hz Abu Bakr. So, you have a Shaykh in this way, follow him. You're following the Ahlul Bayt and you're following Hz Abu Bakr together. May Allah forgive me. Assalamu alaikum.